Flip camera. Why does the button for flip camera not just where flip camera is? All right. So this is gonna start off as a live. But I am going to end up saving the live and adding it to YouTube and everything. So if you guys want to reference back to it or look back on the video, I'm going to do a little bit of kind of a little bit of everything, kind of explaining how this stuff works, what you need, what programs I use, and then iPad settings, because I haven't done any iPad settings for anybody. Because that's the one no one really talks about. No one I've seen really talks about what settings you really need. Outside of, like, really searching on YouTube and having to pay all this crazy money for that information, I'm going to give you guys the sauce today on DTF printing with iPad settings. What iPad settings you need. What, settings need to be done. And then, answer any questions that anybody has. But like I said, this video will also be saved, and then I'll put it up on YouTube so anybody can reference later on. But right now, the DTF printer that I use is the Epson ET8550 85500. That is the one that I use. It is my favorite. It's good price. It's a little expensive, but it's not cheap like the other little ones. I've seen a lot of people want to do transfer their convert their Canon printers. Canon's cool. Epson just does way better with eco tanks. Way better with eco tanks. So I really like the Epson. And also, I apologize for anybody who's coming on the live that was waiting at 9 for me to get on. I was running a little bit late, and I had to get other stuff set up. I also didn't realize how messy my my office was. I've been sewing and getting stuff ready for the fashion show. So I had to move over from sewing to printing. So, but yeah, like I said, we'll talk about these printers. I have to run this sucker. I haven't ran it in 3 days. Actually, today's the 4th day. So I try not to let it go that far. 4 days, I've got to get on it. So, which, and even at that, this is its second run after 4 days of not printing. That's its second run. This was its first run this morning, right when I went live. And you could see only a little bit of black and a little bit of red messed up. So just a little cleaning. It did its thing. You guys can't see the white. I don't think I can. That's white on white. White needs a little bit of cleaning, so we'll do. This will end up being its third clean for today. Normally, that's what you need. About 3 to 4 cleans. If you're lucky, you can get away with 1 or 2. And that's if you're running it day after day. You can usually get away with 1 or 2 cleans. 3-4 days, you definitely want to do a print head clean. That's what we're doing now. We're on our third one. Shouldn't need another one. All the other colors look great. We just need white to come through a little bit more. And then, while that's doing that, let me make sure I've got the image that I need. Because one of you guys was on here. I always forget everyone's names. I'm the worst at names. Right here. Okay, so we're going to do... So when you come to, let me flip the camera real quick. I don't have a tripod, so I apologize for any jitteriness or anything like that. But here's the iPad. You're going to go to your plus sign. You're going to go to the little box plus sign. And then you are going to go to inches. Now my printer is 13 by 19 is the size we're printing. Now, here's where it is the most important. DPI should always be 300, okay? I do 300 DPI for everything, even as a tattoo artist. So now, the biggest color preference. or profile. That is the biggest thing that people miss. You are usually on RGB. That is what iPad and Procreate come standard on, is RGB. But because this printer prints in CYMK, we want to do our color preference in CMYK. And then you can just go to generic CMYK profile. That's all I use. I don't use anything specific. And then you go to create. Now the biggest difference is in your colors. I don't know if you guys can tell there, but those are a little bit muted from what your normal colors are on this one. This is just a design I did. These are brighter here. Now it's not going to print this because this is RGBIV, but our one that we just created, where'd it go? Oh, nope, sorry guys. Where'd it go? Okay, we'll just make a new one. Open, 13, 19, color preference, it'll always stay the same. There's our new one. Now, we're gonna drop a design. Right there. Now again, this is one from a follower. I told him I'd make a shirt for them. I'm also working on another one for them too, but you guys don't get to see that. Now the cool thing is they did send it to me without a background. So without a background, that makes it so much easier to print. Everything is honestly ready to go. So we're gonna take this. Now the cool thing is because I loaded in the image, it's automatically set up for CMYK. You don't have to do anything else. You can now email it, and always email. Don't send to your, go to PNG, and then you'll go to Gmail. You guys don't get to see my Gmail because I don't want everybody blowing it up. So from there, I have two separate emails. I have the email set up to my iPad and Google account, and then I have an email set up for printing. That's just images. No one gets that email unless I'm printing. So now we go to the computer, and we open new. Well, that's an old one. That's the new one. There it is there. Save image. My computer runs slow. And then save image. And then now we go to Digital Factory. Oh, my finger made it blur. Digital Factory. Version 11. I am not good at this, guys. I apologize, but you guys get the gist of it. Now we go to add the image, open. Now I have it automatically set up to as soon as an image is brought in, it's gonna automatically mirror it. Does take it oversized, but that's what we want. Come on. Come on. BYI. Okay. Boom. And then there's that. And now from here, actually, real quick, let me flip this back around. Now we're gonna grab our paper because the printer did print good. Grab our paper. I should stop flipping the camera on you guys, huh? That's probably dizzying. We're just gonna keep it on the outer camera. You guys don't need to look at my ugly mug. Okay, and then this is our other print. Everything printed good. Everything came out great. Let's go back. Yes. Okay, so now that's good to go. And then we go back here and print. And then we just wait for this guy to start. Now, with all of this, the setup is really good setup. It's a little more expensive. Again, the printers run a little more. And the only reason they're so expensive now is because everybody wants them. They were $500. Now they're close to 6 or 7, depending on where you go. I always tell everybody, go to Best Buy. Best Buy is going to have these guys for the cheapest, okay? Not Amazon. That sometimes Walmart, but, you know, Walmart's hit or miss. So you can do either one. I'm going to flip the camera back around because it ain't doing nothing. So you could do either one. But Best Buy, I found, is going to have the cheapest one and the quickest delivery to you. The next thing is the heat press. Your heat press you definitely want to get. I do have a few linked in my TikTok shop that you guys can check out. There's some really good ones. You definitely want to get one that is the size that you're printing or bigger. So if you guys are printing 13 by 19, then make sure your DTF printer is at least 15 by 20. I think is the size. I can't remember which one mine is. Sub. Yeah, if you want to subscribe, and the subscription more is to help for more one-on-one stuff if you want to talk privately or do, you know, when I have enough subscribers, I'm going to do private subscription videos or live videos where you guys can, you know, ask more in-depth stuff, get into like personal details, what, you know, what, where, whatever. Oh, sublimation. Ha! No, DTF. This is DTF. This is way better. Sublimation is good for certain things, but it is not great for everything. Sublimation is great for polyester clothing, okay? So that's your like Under Armour fill, your really stretchy stuff. I personally don't like it. I don't like that polyester fill, so I don't use it for that. But you can use it for like air fresheners, or if someone does like that sporty feel, it works great. I'm learning screen printing now and skipped sub. I don't like it either. Yeah, it's bad. I have a sublimation printer. I haven't used it in like 2 years. I mean, if you're doing tumblers, it's awesome. Sublimation is great for tumblers. If you want to sublimate on, you know, just different products for Etsy, that's awesome for that. But for like a full-blown clothing brand and company, it's not the way to go. Screen printing, which is what you're learning, is definitely always going to be top tier because it's been around so long, it's been perfected, and you're just not going to beat it. DTF, though, is second best, and this is a DTF shirt that I've did, and it's probably about a month old now. I wear it a lot. I'm a weird person, but it, you know, it doesn't crack, it doesn't, you know, I used mine twice and didn't like the fade. Looks clean. Thank you. And yeah, they're just not, they're not fun, and they're so much harder to work with. You've got to use different sheets of paper every single time, or it's going to bleed through onto your heat press, and then your next print, it's going to bleed through that, and it's just not, it's not fun, you know, it ruins the fun in making stuff. But for clothing, for cups and glasses and stuff like that, you know, that you're going to customize for someone on Etsy, that stuff is definitely what you want to do. But, again, even, you know what though, even screen printing, that stuff is still, you can put that on anything. But yeah, it's a little more expensive to get into DTF. I am more in what you would call mid-range. You know, it's not expensive, but it's not really cheap either. It is just a regular Epson that's converted, but it does amazing work. You know, and a few things that I found out, you know, let it sit for, you know, after, as soon as it comes out of the printer, which we can actually, let me flip this around so you guys can get a good view of what it's doing. So it's depositing the ink first around so you guys can get a good view of what it's doing. So it's depositing the ink first, the color, and then it's dropping a white background. The reason it's not doing the white on the darker spots, the black, is because the black ink is thicker. A lot of people want to do double white, fill that black ink, but you don't want to. Black is so thick. And actually, now that I think about it and say that, I should have dropped the black out of this one, but it's all right. You know, I'm also noticing, and this is when you guys we always gotta look. On the iPad, we have background stuff. And that stuff is not represented in here. So, stuff like that happens. We find that out. Now, I know exactly why it didn't. I was rushing because I wanted to show you guys, so I should know better than that. But if you guys see, you could see the squares in the back in that. You can't see the squares in the back here. This isn't solid. The printer doesn't read that as a solid image. It reads it as a shade, and the printer doesn't do great with shades. So what we've got to do is turn these from a shadow into a full color in that color, if that makes any sense. And all you got to do is duplicate, 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 and now you don't see through it. Let's see, though. How far down can we go? Oh. Okay, so that's about 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. We're going to combine them all. And then that's going to give us that background now. Now we have that. Now what we can actually do, because now we know we messed up on this one, which is not a mess up, it's a learning curve. And you always take every learning curve and you learn from it and change it. So this person gets an extra one. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back into here. We're going to go up into there. We're going to go into automatic. We're just going to get all this black out, because I assume this is going on a black shirt. If it doesn't go on a black shirt, this is ready to go on a black shirt. You always want to take out the black if you're printing on a black shirt. That is not just because of ink, but it's because of it lasts longer when you do it that way. Now let's throw a black background on there so you get your black back, and boom. So now your black is back, but it's going to last longer on the shirt, because when it's pulling or tugging, there's not a bunch of ink in here that's going to pull and tug. That's all going to be t-shirt. So the only ink that's going to pull and tug is going to be, you know, around the hood and around here. You know, there's going to be a lot here, but there's still breaks of black that it's going to give stress relief. So it's not going to crack over time. So even once it does get old and it's been washed 100 times, it's not going to crack very easily, because we've already got these stress marks where those cracks are going to break into. You know, that's a lot of, you know, black ink to print on a shirt. You know, that'd probably feel like vinyl if you did all that black in there. But you just take it out, and like I said, now it's all t-shirt. So we're going to do the same process, PNG, and then we're going to go to Gmail. None of you guys get to see my Gmail, and if you did, say what's up. Send me a message. But we're going to email that, and we're going to print again. But we got our other one to print out nice. Look at that. Look at that. Now again, guys, let it sit for at the very minimum 10 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes. We'll call it 15. I hate giving like in between. 15 minutes. And then you powder it with your DTF powder. Actually, real quick, in this image, just so you guys can see what I see. This, when it comes in with no background. But because of that, I can see I didn't take the black out of the hourglass. And then there's a little bit of black over here in the letters. We are going to take that out. Everything else looks really nice. Let's go back to our iPad. Let's throw a white background. And now we can see what we missed. You go back over. Don't ever be afraid to go back to your artwork. If you've got to print out 2 bad ones, just to get 100 good ones, I'm okay with that. So that's that. And there was a little piece there. The name of the game is quality, not quantity, guys. You want quality prints, and this is what does it. It takes a little longer, it's a little bit more, but it's gonna be the difference, guys. I see so many people out there just throwing images together they buy on Etsy and then selling them and then printing and then being like, oh, they look great, but then they've got a huge black box around it, or it's got a huge black spot and it's printed on a black shirt and it looks bad and it falls off, or it doesn't last as long because they're putting so much more color than it needs to be. Your settings are everything. You can have the best DTF printer in the world, but if your settings aren't right, it's not going to print right. And that's all the way to your artwork, not just the program you're using to print with. It's the to your artwork, not just the program you're using to print with. It's the iPad if you're using an I personally use iPad. I love iPad. I don't have any answers if you don't use iPad. If you don't use iPad, I assume it's the same. Look for CMYK. Email to yourself. Don't text it and then try to send it. If you can airdrop. I don't use Mac for DTF printing. I've got a Dell. And that's what I use for DTF. My other work in video editing, I do all that on the MacBook. Okay, so back to back to this. I just loaded it in. And then we shrinky dinky down. The one thing about this that always upsets me is it's always difficult for no reason to grab that little side bit. Okay, now yes, that is how it looks. It looks dumb, it looks crazy, but that is how it is supposed to look. Don't freak out when you load it in and it's like, oh my god, where's everything? It's on a white sheet and it shows, you know, the white is gone because of course we're printing on white. You can change the background color. So like the sheet that you're showing it on isn't white and you can have like gray, a light gray to kind of show the white. I haven't done it. I've been meaning to do it. I just, again, haven't. So when I get around to that, I'll do that. Okay, grab our paper. Actually, guys, I'm sorry. I know I just found the flip button and I should probably not be flipping as much as I do. Okay, paper's loaded. And again, I use my little can just to hold this up. The hydraulics on this thing are not good to keep this up. So just so I don't put strain on anything, I use this to help. So, don't judge me. Over print. And then we just wait for the print. Okay. So, now that we know that it printed off and we had to change some stuff, we did our changes, we did what we needed to, and now we'll see how it prints out. It should print out really well. I don't see why it wouldn't. Getting my little box ready for us to powder. So I'm going to take this guy and drop him. And then powder it up. I don't know if it's been 15 minutes, but I feel like it has. And this is hard with one hand, so don't judge me. I need way more powder than that. We're going to flip the camera. Where's my other powder at? There it is. Alright, I need to order more powder, guys. Gotta take those chunks out, but whatevs. There we go. That looks better. Okay. Okay. See, you can see it caught some of that shadow, but that's not going to stay, sadly. That's just, it's extra powder that's going to fall off. So, but again, let's see how it's printing now. Yep, you can see our sides are on there now. And it is not doing white or not doing black. It's just doing the white that's being printed or that needs to be shown. So, like we said on this one, until I actually melt the glue, I can't flip it over. That powder will fall off. So, but, you know, like I said, this stuff looks cool now, but sadly that is not how it's going to show up on the shirt. So the way that we did it and added the darker background to it, now we're able to actually see that. Let's see if I can hold this up for you guys, though. There you go. Yeah, so, again, this is not my design. Gotta check out the homies. Woo! Yeah, so they're looking good. Yep. Got our sides coming in nice. So, got it going. Anybody have any DTF questions? I know there's only like 3 of you guys watching right now. The videos always fluctuate on viewers because it's not always fun doing DTF. I like hearing the printer run. I like the heat press. I've had my own clothing brand for since 2017, however long that's been. And I love finding new ways to print. I love finding new products, new ways to make it better. Because even when I did this shirt, which is still really good, I've learned more and I'm printing better now. So this is good, but there's better. And so it's just fun learning it. It's fun finding out what kind of powders to use, how to use the powders properly, when to heat press it, when to when to do a lot. So there's a lot of things that go into it outside of just printing on t-shirts, especially with the art, especially when you got to go into the iPad and have your iPad settings right. If your iPad settings aren't right, you're SOL. You're gonna print bad every time, even though your image is right, your stuff is right, but your settings aren't right. That's going to mess you up, because I did that at the beginning. I had these really dope designs and these really dope ideas, and I printed them, and the colors were really dull. It felt really thick on the shirt. It seemed like some of the shirts would crack. But right away I learned why. Right away I learned what settings I wasn't using properly. Because the iPad has its certain settings, and then the programming you need has its certain settings. And so, depending on what you're printing on and how you plan on using your printer, is going to be a big way on what your settings need to be. All of my shirts are normally going to be put on a black background shirt, black sweater. That's my steez. That's where I do my life. Black all the time. So all of my designs, the colors have to be really vibrant, really bright, so that they stand out on that black background. If you've got really dull, really muted colors, it's not going to look that good on the black shirt. But muted and kind of dull colors can look really good on a white shirt, or even a colored shirt, a blue shirt, a yellow shirt. That's going to be more prominent, more bright. But because of what I do, or the colors and the schemes that I like, I've got to make sure they're really bright. I've got to make sure that they're going to go on something bright. So my settings have to be thin but thick. My colors need to be really bright on the iPad, and then need to be really thin on the computer. Because if you're printing too much ink on top of ink, it's going to feel really thick when you wear it. So you need to have just enough ink that it's bright, but not so much ink that you can feel it like crazy. There's some some of the first prints that I did that almost felt like they were vinyl. They were so thick, and so it was kind of junk. I still have them. They cracked. They, aren't my favorite shirts, but I still have them just to remind myself of this is why I don't do it that way. I wish I had them here to show you, but they're at the tattoo shop hanging up on the rack there. So next time I'm at the shop, I'll show you guys those ones. But when you've just got them so thick, it's just doesn't feel right. Lemonade. I love lemonade. But yeah, I'm just waiting for this guy to finish printing. We've got a decent amount printed. We've got our backgrounds on there. I think this is finishing the bottom of it. I think we're almost done. And then as soon as it pops out, I'll show you guys what it looks like compared to the other one. And then I'll probably heat these guys, and then boom. And that's it. That is the easy part of DTF. This is the easy part. After it's printed, it's find a shirt, press it on a shirt, and call it a day. I don't have any black shirts. We do have this extra one. And I'm going to print it. I'm going to send... I'll find their tag. I got to tag them. I keep freaking forgetting everybody's name. But the homies that are on here, I want to print on a shirt. Probably do a red shirt, because I think that blue with the Reaper is going to look dope on that. So... we'll heat that up. We'll let this sit for a second. But let's go outside and turn on our ghetto oven. Okay, which is just outside here. Look at my little ghetto oven. Look at my little ghetto DTF heat press. Because this is how I live my life. And that is set to 150, so we're going to let that warm up. It is a little chilly out here in Colorado. It's actually really cold out here in Colorado. So we're going to let that warm up. It's going to take a few minutes, but while it warms up, I'm going to dig through my extra red shirts and see the biggest size I have. Because this is for my pantaloons. Let's see. That's a small for sure. That's a medium? I swear that looked like a small. Okay, so... I don't think homie's on here, so he just gets what I give him. That's a large. If I got an extra large, I'll do an extra. That's a 2X. I don't think you want that. Let's see. Let's see. That's a 2X. I think. Yeah, so I'm just making sure it fits. This is a big image, so I want to make sure we take up the whole thing. So yeah, okay. Our heater is at 50 degrees, so we still need 100 more degrees to go before we could do that. I've got some other t-shirts that I'm doing for people. I'm not sure if they want people to see them yet, so that's why I'm not showing you guys this shirt, but I have to at least print out a test print of this right now to see if it comes out right, because even though we're doing the live, I still have a job to do, and I still have work. But how's everyone's day? Anybody have any questions for me? Like I said, we're just having fun with DTF. And learning together, having fun. Like you guys saw earlier, nothing's perfect. Nothing's ever perfect. But when we can learn together, it makes less mistakes later on, right? Okay, perfect. So let me get this going. And that guy's at 85 degrees out there, so we should be able to go and start heating our back. And then I'll show you guys kind of how that process goes of melting the back. So, prints on that one. We're at 100 degrees. Give it a few more. 101. Now I do this outside because I don't like the smell. There are people who are like, oh, it's odorless. That's a lie. I think it's a lie. So we just lay that there. You can already see it doing its thing, but you can see all that smoke that comes off of it. Definitely want to be outside, be in a well ventilated area. Do it on its side because it's such a large image. This little bump does get hot, but because it bumps up, it always leaves a little gap. So let it do its thing. And I love this design for Halloween. It's the proper image for today. You can just see how it goes from kind of being powdered to translucent. It's very nice. I love watching the powder go from powder to like liquid. And it did kind of blur back here, but as you can see on the front, it didn't do anything. So sometimes that does happen. Don't freak out. I normally don't ever worry about it because I've never had it be an issue. So I think, oh, sorry. That's all good to go. So now we'll take this inside, and now we can flip it over and actually see what it's gonna look like. Now again, guys, sadly this will not stay forever. It might stay after one press, but the second press, that's gone skis. So let me turn off the outside oven because I'm not gonna do anything with this till later. I'll do the other shirts, but let's do this guy real quick. Okay, and we set this to 340, and it's 76 seconds is how long I press it for. So we're gonna let this guy heat up now, and while that heats up, kind of look at our image and see. Really did everything really nice. You know, again, I'm really sad that background's not going to come out, but we did get it on this one. So, you know, we'll see what everybody thinks once it's printed. But this one still looks really nice. So, 70 degrees. Whoops. Not sure how hold on, guys. There we go. Jeez Louise. Okay, sorry guys, somehow I mixed up my fingers and it threw me somewhere else, but yeah, we're gonna press this shirt real quick, and then yeah, anybody that wants to hang out for a few extra minutes after that might stay on for a few minutes, but I'll probably just press the shirt because that's about it. I mean, no one really had too many questions, so nobody had any questions, nothing to answer. It's a quick video. So, I feel like I went over everything on the iPad. The actual printer settings and settings for the actual programming, that'll have to go over probably in a separate video because there's a lot of different things, and I'd rather screen record that than like try to record a recording. So yeah, if there's really not too much after we press this shirt, which we still got a few more minutes. We're barely at 100 degrees, and this has to be at 300. So we got a minute to hang out. So anybody who wants to hang out and ask questions now, ask away. If not, I really like Epson. So stick with Epson printers. If you guys get writer's block or like mental block on what to make, how to make a shirt, or what design you want to do, or what's popular, I always suggest Kittle. Go on to Kittle, go and see what designs they've got on there, what top designs are going up, and then add your style to it, or kind of gives you an idea of what people are wanting. But make it your own. Don't take anything verbatim. Don't take their image and be like, oh, that's mine now. And no. And add your own stuff to it. Once you do that, it really is a lot better. Because it just comes out more natural. Your artwork's going to come out nicer. People are going to want the shirts. I like people who, go on Etsy and buy the designs and then just sell them that way. That's cool and all. But people really want something personal, something that they say, oh yeah, no, you can only get it from that guy or that designer or that person. Because once you start to dabble into, oh, I just buy everything off of Etsy, that designer or that, there's billions of people on this planet and everybody needs to wear a shirt. So there's enough bodies in this world that everybody should be able to have their own piece of a clothing brand. Or at least I think that. Some people think I'm crazy for saying that and thinking that, but I think everybody should have a piece. There's no reason that one person should have a clothing brand but another one can't because they want to gatekeep. Like, no. It's like tattoos. I'm a tattoo artist, so there's enough skin and body for everybody that, you don't got to be a jerk and you don't got to gatekeep for nothing, If somebody wants to learn something, give them the information. So that's why I'm here. I got on live one day last week and everybody was like, oh, this, that, the other. I want to know that. And, I'm not here to gatekeep. I just want people to learn and get better. And we all have clothing brands. Like, why not? Why not, man? Nice. Okay. My other shirt printed. But yeah, guys, there's a lot of cool stuff. Put this up. I'm gonna start heating. Tomorrow I'll actually have my tripod again. Today I left it at the tattoo shop. And again, always double check. Because I've had people print sideways, and a good shirt can get messed up by bad alignment. Dang, I look really bad. I gotta go shave after this. Holy cow. Yeah, I gotta shave. I don't normally let my hair grow this long, but it's been cold. Okay. We're not all the way at heat yet. It's only 170 right now, almost 200 degrees. So I'm going to let it keep warming up for a few more minutes. But until then, you always want to pre-press your shirt. You always want to get any moisture out of it. If you have a pre-press your shirt and take it up and it looks like steam's coming out, because there is, that's water. You always want the garment as dry as possible when you print on it. It's not that hot, so we're going to let it keep warming up. But yeah, remember, when you're doing the iPad, CMYK is going to be your best friend. If you don't go into CMYK, it's going to mess up your print. It's going to be really dull colors, and nobody wants that. So make sure your colors aren't dull. Oh, and then I didn't do this when I did the other image, but all these big chunks, make sure you go through and crush them up. I'm happy it didn't mess up the other image, because sometimes these really big rocky chunks can scrape across the image and mess it up. We already did that one. This is our good one. And then just right over top. Right over top. And then right down the middle. And then go back over here, and then right down the middle. You shut your mouth, heat press. Alright. It's getting hot, but it's not what I need it at yet. We're still... Jeez, oh, focus. We're still a little bit away from our main temperature. But I wanted to at least get that powdered. But yeah, always make sure iPad settings are right, because that's the biggest thing that messed me up, was iPad settings. And then on the, like I said, guys, I'm gonna do another video. I'll probably have to put it on my YouTube, but I'll do one on the programming, and I'll do a screen record so you guys can really understand the programming side of it. I'll probably do another one for the iPad with the screen record, just so it's easier to go over as well. So, but yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm tired today. I did whoever saw my live, not yesterday. Yesterday was Wednesday. I was sewing all day yesterday. And then Monday and Tuesday, I did that 2-day back piece, or a sleeve. So I had to do, I think we did 6 hours one day, and then 6.5 hours the last day. So, put in some work this week, and then yesterday I was at the tattoo shop, because I've got all my sewing stuff there, and I have some of my sewing stuff here. I was working half there, half here, so I am a little bit beat today. But I wanted to come live. I wanted to come on here and at least do this, at least make these prints, because the good homies, I already told them I'd come on and do it, so I wanted to come and show, do some good stuff, and then send some shirts out to them. So I wanted to make sure I got this all set up, because I know that if I don't... What's up, brother? Tasquatch. I'm not doing tattoos today. I'm doing t-shirts again. So I'm jumping around on my lives. But, yeah, I was just telling everybody about that freaking 2-day arm piece I did on Monday and Tuesday. But, what was I saying? But yeah. And if anybody wants any shirts or anything made, hit me up. I can always do stuff, you know, for whoever wants a shirt. Whoever wants some work done. Ugh. Press this guy. Almost up to temp. Almost. But we'll give this t-shirt one more little bumpski. Oh yeah, it is. Versatility is definitely the name of the game. Well, this is hopefully my retirement plan. Tattooing's the fun part, and then the clothing should hopefully pay for the rest of my life. Because I can't tattoo forever. But I love art. Any way that I could do art. It came out dope. It came out really dope. I posted it on my TikTok this morning. So... get it. Go check it out and see. That sucker came out dope. This girl sits, bro. I'm telling you. That's the third time we've done big old sessions on her like that. And, man, the people can sit. When people really want it, they'll sit. But, yeah. Yeah. Tattooing's the fun part. I've been tattooing professionally for a little over 15 years now, and I'm in my 30s. Been doing it for a long time, so I just need something extra. Uh, and I love clothing. I love T-shirts, and I design stuff all the time. So why not? Why not put the two worlds together? And that's just one side note. If anybody is telling you you're doing too much or you need to pick one thing or the other, tell them to get the heck out of here. Because versatility, you got to be able to do a lot. You got to be able to, and not even like a lot, but stuff that goes together. You know, T-shirts go together with tattoos because of the design process. You need to design and make up new ideas. So why wouldn't you get into T-shirts? You know, or designing posters or anything that has to do with art. Why wouldn't you do more of that? Why would you just stay in one thing? Coming up on 12 years. Hell yeah, congratulations, brother. Tattooing is so much fun. But that's why it's like, make something with that. You know, I got homies that are making comic books right now. I've got other homies that design toys and are working with manufacturers to get their toys designed. But they tattoo for a living. You know, all these guys tattoo, but because of art, they want to expand it and do more. And you can make a whole new business off of that. I've known so many people that have started businesses just because they're artists and they went into something not different, but they just added into it. Shoot, I know some tattoo artists who are real estate agents on their free time. They're full-time tattoo artists, but they do real estate for fun because it's something that they enjoy. And you can do more than just, tattoo. And I hate that people put that stigma on, oh, you should only tattoo. Like, no, why? Like, I could do a lot. I'm an artist. Let me be an artist. So, yeah, it's always interesting meeting people who say you do too much. And the only reason I'm on that is because someone told me that the other day, and I was like, I mean, I'm doing too much. Like, I've got a fashion show next week, 15 models. I've got, the T-shirts going. I own my own tattoo shop. Like, I don't think I need to slow down. Honestly, I'm trying to speed up. I'm trying to do more. Because lemonade ain't free, guys. Lemonade ain't free. And I enjoy my lemonade. So, let's see. We're at 280 right now on the heat press. Let's press the shirt one more good time. I'm going to set you guys up over here again. I apologize. I will have a tripod tomorrow. I left it at the tattoo shop because of the tattoo. And if you guys are ever bored, I do have a podcast as well. And so, if you guys want to check out my podcast, that's on YouTube. What did you say? They always miss. Oh, yeah, they always misquote the jack of all trades. I'd rather be a jack of all trades than a master of none. Or, God, how does it go? I always say it wrong. Anyways, yeah, I know the full quote because it's longer than that. Which I'm glad people started pointing that out because, like, you got to know it's not just one thing. You got to be good at a lot of things. All right. We're straight. And you guys over here. Like I said, I don't do anything special. We just drop it like that. And now we let it sit for 75 seconds. But yeah. People, even before I started my clothing brand, and even before I opened up my own tattoo shop, everyone was like, you need to pick one or the other. Are you a tattoo artist or are you a clothing designer? Oh, yeah, always. Well, anytime something's thrown at you, you got to be able to run with it, But it's funny because before I started traveling as a tattoo artist, I would do conventions a lot. And before I started doing conventions, people would tell me, oh, you don't need to sell clothes. Why are you trying to sell clothes? Like, that's nothing cool. Like, you need a tattoo. And then I start traveling and going to these really big conventions and meeting these big artists. And what do they have? A clothing brand. What are they doing? Working on their clothes. So one thing I learned is the big dogs are the ones doing the most, and the ones that don't have the ideas are yapping. The little dogs are yapping at you, telling you, oh, you can't do it like them, you can't. It's like, no, I can. It's that you can't, you know? And I hate when people get into that, you know, oh, I'm going to do it, and I'm over you, and like, nah. All right, let me put this. All right. Okay, so this is a cold pill, but I wanted to make sure it was on there right. Remember, you can just always cool it down on a table. You don't have to rub it. I do. It does get hot when you do rub it, so just be careful. Boom. Now, go to the peel. Ah, stupid thing. All right, I'm gonna stop trying to be cool. We have detected inactive during your current live. What do you mean I'm inactive? Hold on, sorry guys. TikTok's yelling at me. Stupid thing. Remember I told you guys earlier that stuff will stay for a second, but this second press is gonna get rid of it. But check that out. All right, so. Throw this back on there. Teflon sheets. And then we press. And you don't need it for long. I just always do a few seconds. You don't need nothing crazy. Boom. Off. And then one more press. I always do a third press just for the heck of it. And then we go up. And like I said, that side stuff, you know, it was just glue, so it melted into the shirt and is gone. Let me pull it out so I can. Yeah. Yep, sucker freaking printed dope. I really like this design. This was not my design. This was a follower's design. Sent it into me. I said, let me do it. Let me print it live. Let me show the world what you guys got. So, check them out. That's the homies. But yeah, that shirt printed out dope. It was supposed to have side stuff for anybody joining later on. It's supposed to have these insignias. But it didn't print out on that one. This one is going to be put onto a black shirt. But because it didn't come out here, I figured I'd still print it anyways and show you guys, you know, what it looks like. Cool. Alright, y'all. I only wanted to come on here for a little bit, show that process, and I got a little bit more printing I got to do, but I don't have my tripod to set it up and leave it up, so I don't want to have you guys getting motion sickness with me moving the camera all around. But I'll probably jump back on tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Friday? Yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow, and I'll be on for a little bit longer, doing a little bit more. I just wanted to at least try to stay consistent, make sure that I'm going live as much as possible. So, just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I only have a good day. Get that bread. Yes, yes, you as well, brother. Have a good, happy Halloween. If you celebrate it, get lots of candy. I don't know where you're at. I'm in Colorado. It's flipping cold out here. So stay warm where you are. If not, then stay warm for me. All right, y'all. Have a blessed one. Oh, you're in Cali? Oh, yeah, you good then. Shoot, out here in Colorado, it's cold, cold. So, you got it. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you later.